Well, the Da Vinci Code franchise is getting new life with a new adventure series on Peacock.
Dan Brown's The Lost Symbol is a streaming sensation. Is joining us now to talk about the series is Ashley Zukerman. He is playing Robert Langdon, the symbologist that is the star of the Dan Brown Da Vinci Code series. Welcome.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
My first question was, I did not know what a symbologist was. What is a symbologist?
It's fair that you don't know what a symbologist is. I think it's sort of incredible that Dan Brown wrote a character who identifies as a symbologist. I don't think many historians would identify as symbologists, but I think it ties in so well to the story. So ultimately, he's just a professor of history, but he focuses on symbology because he's fascinated about people's attachment to ideas, and that's all symbols are. When we think about any symbols in society that we surround ourselves with, it's sort of like, what idea do we attach to a picture? And that's sort of a fascinating thing. And so that's the character at the center of the story.
Excellent.
So myself, like millions of people on the planet, I'm a huge Dan Brown fan. I've read all the books, including The Lost Symbol. So I'm excited to see this. But tell us what the plot is. So you have this mentor, and the mentor's gone, and someone else is trying to make you find a portal to something.
The same confusion that Robert Langdon has at the beginning of the show. So fans of the books would know that The Lost Symbol is the third book of the series. And so, but what we're trying to do is we use the third book as an origin story. So we transpose the story to 15, 20 years earlier. And we make it his first adventure. So up until this point, he's just been an academic. He's compartmentalized in a very heady world. He hasn't experienced the Da Vinci Code or angels and demons. And then he gets pulled out of that world by this fanatic, this zealot who takes his mentor / surrogate father hostage, and pulls Robert Langdon into this sort of, to him, ridiculous mission to find this piece of ancient knowledge, like something that you'd equate to something that the ancient Egyptians or the ancient Greeks knew or had that has since been lost, and something that he himself doesn't believe exists. But as he goes from solving puzzle to puzzle, he slowly opens up to the idea that maybe this thing does exist, and then is it potentially dangerous?
You have played.
I hope that's cleared something up. I'm not sure.
It did. And Kara is very excited about this. I just want to let you know.
Well, I watched the first one.
Yes, so we'll see. Hey, you've played Dr. Charles Isaacs in Manhattan, Senior Constable Michael Sandrelli in Rush, Jesse Banks in The Code, and Nate Sofrelli in Succession. Do you have a favorite role? I mean, you have played so many in your lifetime so far. Yeah,
the ones you've listed, and I'll add to that Nick Good in the recent Fear Streets. I've just been very lucky of late. There's just I've played roles that have just been really challenging and really enjoyable with great people. And I think if I could just keep doing that forever, I just feel very fortunate of late. These are all just very special projects to be a part of.
Well, while we have you, speaking of Succession, I streamed that while I was sick with COVID. It's coming back in October. What can we expect from that wonderfully dysfunctional family?
I don't want to give too much away, but there's very little that I know. But I know a little. I actually can't say anything, okay. But I'm as excited. I think that I'm very lucky to be a little part of that world, and I get to sort of have one foot in being a part of it and one foot in being an audience member, just being in awe of it. And that's just a really nice experience for me. So I'm looking forward to it coming back as much.
All right. I know you've done a lot of theater. The History Boys, directed by Peter Evans. Are there any future plans to get back to theater as opposed to being in front of the camera?
Yeah, I would love to. I think it's a harder thing to schedule because you have to do, especially back in Australia where I have done it mostly before. You have to, the commitment time is you have to do it so much in advance, and TV and film, the scheduling is different. But I would love to make time for that at some point. I think that's what I was trained in. That's where I started, and I do think that it is a different medium, and it gives something else, and it challenges in a different way. So I think I'm always looking for an opportunity to do that.
Well, we have less than a minute left, but I want to ask, with Robert Langdon, such an iconic role. I mean, it's been the star of the Da Vinci series. Tom Hanks has played it. What was that like when you found out you're going to play Robert Langdon?
You know, it's not hard to go back there because it was just, you know, it was just an honor. Getting any role that I really want is always like a very nice experience, but knowing that the role was so meaningful to so many people and that they really also had their pick of people to choose from, it was just such a nice, it was just an honor that they chose me. But and then it was just and then that just continued as we worked. And also there was something so nice about, because they had their pick of people, I found it very comforting to know that it's not a question of like who's the best actor for the role at that point. That there are so many people that could do the role, that it's more that they're just looking for the person with the soul of the character, or something. There was something about me that they needed in the character, and then that made it very easy for me to step in, because it meant that I could actually just keep working from something close to myself, and that was something that I enjoyed and took into this.
Well, Ashley Zukerman, it's an honor to have you on our show, Better Connecticut, and we wish you Succession.
Great day, Connecticut. You owe a quarter.
Oh, great day, I owe a quarter. We changed the name of our show. But we wish you much Succession and much good luck in your new roles.
Thank you.
And you can stream The Lost Symbol on Peacock. I know, I heard I had to catch you because I want
another quarter in the jar.
Another quarter in the bowl.